Hey guys, you're watching one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a City. Yes, I know, we've still got to finish off the tunnel into the racetrack. We'll get there eventually. It's not really very high on my priority list, but that's something that I want to finish off and make look quite nice. I'm sure we can do some cool designs on it. Maybe even putting the rumble strips on the side of the road here into it. I think that'll give you a real race feel when you're approaching it. We're back over at the slum-ish area today, you know, where we've got Grove Street and stuff, because just opposite the tennis courts here, in this little space just by the bridge, I want to build our gun shop, our ammunition. If you play Grand Theft Auto, that's what you'll sort of know it as. I want a sort of double feature one. I want one that has the gun shop inside, but then you can go out the back or out the side into another sort of longer building where we'll have a gun range in there. I think it'd be really cool to have, and I think this area is not only big enough, but I think the right part of the world in order to do it is sort of the lower end area, do you know what I mean? Right by the hospital, so if you die, you'll respawn there like in GTA, and then you can come down and get your guns. I think it would be pretty cool. So, for the design of this gun shop, I'm a little bit ill, by the way, so if my voice sounds a little bit different, it's not the mic, it's not your speakers, it's just my voice. For the look of it, we want to go for an old, run-down look, if possible. I don't know what we can do with the blocks that we have here, but we also want it to be very grey, very dull looking. We'll spice it up with a little bit of colour. I think we'll use red, like ammunition does, but we want to use mostly grey blocks. So we're going to go with clay. We'll use some of this stuff. We'll use some stone bricks. Make sure that they're not the silverfish ones. Some cyan clay. You know, your standard grey style bricks. And I think we might go with some stone as well. I know it's the same block, but it doesn't matter. This one, I just get stairs and stuff with it too. So, without me dying, I'm fine. Without me dying too much, we shall have a crack at this. Now, we want to have a car park out the side. What is that pillar? That pillar is to... Why is it floating? How long has that been floating for? We want to have a little bit of a car park out the side, even if it's only like 3 or 4 car parking spots. So I think we'll have that on the right side of the building here. So we'll make sure that we leave enough gap for a 6 wide car parking spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Enough room to be able to drive in and park up without hitting the pillar there. Maybe I will leave the pillar in the middle of the car park. We'll have it sort of a bit bigger and have a pillar in the middle. That'd be pretty cool. And then our building can start here. I would also like to have a little bit of an L shape to this as well. So I think this building, let's start with stone bricks. Let's have the building go like this. It doesn't need to be all that big, to be honest. And then we'll have the doorway here. Notice how I'm doing it 1 block off the ground. I'm not trying to build another portal. And then comes out to the road. No, not to the road. I'm going to leave it 1 block shorter because I think what we're going to do is have a little wall along there or something. And this part of the building is going to be our gun range. So we don't need it to be crazy long, you know. It's just a little, short little gun range there. But the shop is going to be this section here. If I can stop it 1 by the building there. Now, the gun shops are never that big. If you walk into the GTA style gun shops, they're always relatively compact. You know, you have your desk at the end where you pay. You usually have some guns up and around the wall or on here. Then we have some usually drinks machines, isn't it? Then you have a table in the middle with some body armor and such on it. And then usually a table at the end. So let's do... Does that look about right to you? And then a doorway here that goes into the gun range. Let's use a different block for the counters and stuff so I don't get too confused. So say that's a counter. That's where we sell stuff. Like that. That's the table in the middle. We'll take that one away. And then that's them drinks machines or something. The floor's going to be 1 off the ground here. Because we want to have, or I want to have, like a stairway that you just walk up. Maybe a little platform or something like that. I don't really know yet. Red there, clear. And then the gun range can finish off about where we've got it now. So we'll just carve this down. And I think if I can keep it 1 block shorter than the other building, it'll just give a little bit of an interesting design when we do the outside. So we'll just have it drop down a little bit like that. And then for the inside here, we'll have a wall that goes across. And I don't know exactly how we're going to do it yet, but we'll have something like that. So you can then pew, 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 and everyone can have a different range. Is there a way that I can do this so I get the same amount of blocks? Yeah, if I do it from this side, and then I block that one off, we have 3, and then this end is going to be like ammo, surplus ammo and stuff like that. So we'll have just a counter along the side there. I think that's pretty good. I think that's a pretty good start for us. Let's grab some brick now and just do a little bit of tarting up on the outside. It's very early to do some detailed stuff, but I think I want quartz actually. Quartz is a little bit more of an expensive looking block for this area, but I just think it's going to help a little bit. I want to have these running down the front here. Now I might spend 2 episodes here. We'll spend this episode hopefully completing the outside, and then we'll spend an episode on the interior as well. I don't do interiors to buildings all that often in this world. I want to cough. I want to do more interiors. I just don't find them, in all honesty, as interesting as the exteriors. But when we get a building like fast food restaurants and gun shops and stuff like that, something that's a little bit different, it sort of re-sparks my interest for it a little bit. Put some grass in there, some grass in there, and then I want to have clay. I can leave that like that. And then stairs. You know, I might use this one, actually. If I do that and nether that one. We'll swap this out and then it blends into the path a little bit better. Or perfectly. Like that. So then you sort of just walk up a little bit and you get into the gun shop. Just something a little bit extra. The brick wall, I think, blends in quite nicely. The quartz is a little bit bright, but I think once we do the rest of the grey on the building, you won't notice it quite as much. And then in here, dead bushes and more. Oh, I can't do them ones, can I? Why can't I? Can I put them on podzol? I can. Boop, 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 boop. You know, just not really that well maintained sort of plants and stuff like that. Ferns aren't too bad, and they're my favourite. Not mushrooms though. Maybe these ones. Oops. Dead bush, fern, and fern. Just so it's got something a little bit there. Looks like, you know, it hasn't been all looked after. So for the building itself, we're going to want to put in some structural pillars first, I think. We've got a nice stone brick foundation. I don't know if the doorway is going to stay that colour or not. But we're going to do it about to that height. And we want to do this on all corners. So we'll do that one. Over here. This one. So we're going for, I want to go for a metal exterior look if we can. It's a difficult look to go for without specifically textured blocks. But if we can do something that looks just boring, I think that'll be a win. It's weird that you'd ever say that, isn't it? We're going for a boring looking building. Alright, so now what we'll do is we'll go along here. And we'll join these up at this height. Down here. This one. Just checking I got it all at the same height. That one. And this one. And then above that, we want to do probably clay, just so we get a different block. And I'm going to do it 1 block wider than the rest of the building. And this is going to be the top. We're going to have a flat roof. Hang on. I think it would be better if we made the range shorter. the building shorter. I think I can do that in a quick way as well. Let's just try it. If we select there and there, and I go up 2 blocks, and I cut, and I go down 2 blocks, and I paste, I break the game, undo, and I paste -A. I don't break the game quite as much, I just have to replace these corners in. Now, is that... yeah, that should be plenty. It looks really short from the outside, I know. But remember, we've got the clay going like an extra block above this. So we should be okay. That can stay there. This one comes around like that. And then that one can now drop down like so. And that one can go there as well, probably. I don't know. No, I'm going to take that out. We'll just have that going into there like that. Okay. So now this clay can just go around the top of this building first. So we've got 2 different rectangles now. Instead of making it like an L-shaped building, we've made it into 2 rectangle-shaped buildings at different heights. So that one and this one. I want to somehow get some red in. We can't do like ammunition written on it. On this version of Minecraft, we don't have banners. I don't have enough paintings to swap out to make one that says ammunition. I might be able to do that. But it's not really all that important to me. As long as we can make it look like a gun shop, that's all we need to do. We just need to be really creative and clever on how we make it do that. So let's go. Let's just try this. I'm going to put the red on this height first. And then I'm going to put slabs. Our normal roof slab. Our normal roof slab block. Let me just do this quickly. That one to that one. I'm placing them all down. Replace air with 44.6. Okay. So it's got a little bit of red, a little bit of colour to it. I think the red will actually work along this part as well. And then we don't really have that much room to have to fill in after that. So let's... I'm going to have to leave that block there, I think. So we'll do this down here. I should be on the other side of the block. It'd be so much easier to click. Let's go on the other side. There we go. So down here. And there. And I don't need to go down this side because obviously we're not going to be able to see that. Click. And click. It's probably put a couple on the interior here that we don't want. We'll just remove those now before I forget and get confused later on. Alright, notice how I went through the doorway when I haven't got any walls up yet? I think that's actually looking pretty good. It hasn't got a stand-out feeling like a skyscraper or, you know, a hospital. It's sort of just blending into the area, boring looking. That's exactly what we want. So for the walls now, I think we just fill them in with this cyan clay. I think we're just going to just fill it in with a dark grey here and see what it looks like. 159.9. Replace with 159.9. Let's just do it and we'll see what it looks like. I think it's giving it that metal look. I think this is exactly what we want. Another way that we could give a bit more of a metal look is to add cobblestone walls to it. Obviously, that'll give it a little bit more of a riveted look, potentially. Let's just do it to there. I know it's just covered up the door, but I'm not really that fussed at the minute. Okay, and then for this part, stone bricks isn't actually the worst, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Let's just change it to this. Yeah, that looks better. It looks cleaner, doesn't it? Alright. You know, I actually really like it. It's a really simple building. Anybody can build that. But I think it looks really quite nice. So, windows. We want some windows in the building, but we need to do it in a clever way. So we're going to use iron bars on the windows to look like, well, it'd be really cool if we could have glass on the windows and then iron bars in front of them to look like, you know, they're grated windows. Glass. Let's go for black stained glass. So they look a little bit tinted. And then... Yeah! Yeah! If I do it just on 2, though, it doesn't cover the whole window. But if I do it on the 4, that actually works quite well. And I could probably do it somewhere like that and do 3. Oh, no, that's cool. That's really cool. So we don't want it on the back because I'm going to have guns all on the back there. Those 2 windows should just be enough. More than enough. Alright, really, really cool. On the outside here to finish off with, we want to, well, not to finish off with necessarily, but let's do there to there, set stone. We'll have brick and quartz. We'll use this sort of wall thing down here. Oops. So that's going to be the sort of boundary of the business. And I can leave the rest of it open, I think, so you can just sort of drive in and it will just drop the curb, won't we, in areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. That one. That one. Set stone. We'll have an in and we'll have an out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There to there. Set stone. There to there. Set stone. So nice in and out there. It looks actually pretty neat, doesn't it? And then we'll just get some, what do you call it? These ones. Either purple or pink, because I don't know which way I'm going to need. Let's have a guess at pink. Wrong one. Purple. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a perfect little space left over there. And then down here, I'll probably do them this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a little bit tight, but I'm sure a car could get in there if it wanted to. 4, 5, 6. And another spot there. You know, if I move that over by 1, the post wouldn't be in the way and everything would be much more correct. Yeah, so now the car can pull in there. So we've got a couple of parking spaces. You don't need many, really, do you? But I think that's pretty good. Lights. You know, I should be doing more daylight sensors on the roof. I think they just look good. Lamp. I just want some exterior lighting on here. Just like that. I think that's just a nice touch. At night time, that'll be quite nice. Black stained glass. Just to go above the door there. Just sort of drops that down a little bit. Doesn't make the doorway look too tall. We'll have some anvil action. Now, I know this isn't meant to be a chimney as such. It's meant to look like piping and stuff. Oh, hang on. I've got pipes, don't I? I think I could just use bent pipes. I think it's just an anvil on the top. Yeah. Okay. Just industrial looking. That's what I'm trying to go for here. It actually breaks blocks when you place them on slabs. Interesting. Nope. Thank you. Yeah. I think that's just a nice touch. And then the rest of it we'll do our normal grey style stuff on the top here. Just to finish it off with. So we'll have those in. Now this is going to affect what we see when we go underground. So when we go inside to do the interior, we're going to have to keep that in mind and put like a fake ceiling in to cover this up, because this is going to look really quite ugly with pipes and stuff all underneath there. Daylight sensor. We'll use some of these. We haven't used these in a while. Oh yeah, because it doesn't really work unless I put them on there. It's worth a go. Rail. And we'll have another one of these lines in here. Oops. Don't delete that. Alright, there we go. A little bit on the top here, but not too much. I'll just have that one and that one. And yes, I'm going to keep that one nice and low. Alright, perfect. There is our gun shop, guys. I think the interior that we're going to build next episode is going to be really, really fun to do. Let's have a look with this. I'm not that's going to make all that much of a difference, but yeah. Okay, the interior is going to be a fun one. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode.